Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook at Tequila or Wine. What's up, everybody? My friends call me Thumbs, and I am here with my best bud, Andy. We are bringing you a new podcast where I will be reviewing a new tequila each week, while Andy is reviewing a new wine each week. After our reviews, we are going to keep having some more beverages and continue the party going with a conversation about TikTok, coronavirus, and ghost encounters. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All right, so this is the first week of review, so we're going to give you an idea of what our rating scale is going to look like. So 2 thumbs up is the best you can get. 1 thumbs up is it's good, but it's not the best. Then you got thumbs to the side, which is kind of a neutral, like we don't really know how we feel about it. Then you got 1 thumbs down, which we probably wouldn't prefer this ever again, or 2 thumbs down, don't waste your money on it. Alrighty, so getting started here, we are also going to look up reviews online of our tequila and wines that we are trying, basically just to give you an idea of what other people are saying outside of what our reviews say, so you can make up your own judgment on these products. That I am starting off looking up and finding recommendations on until I start getting recommendations from our viewers is Tequila Matchmaker. I will also be using this as an outside source for reviews. So I'll be giving you what their scale is, which it's 0 out of 100 for these tequilas. My first week tequila is Don Abraham Reposado Tequila. It's a 40% alcohol volume, 80 proof. It's kind of a goldish color. It's actually not bad. I've had it before, but I'll go ahead and give it a sip and tell you what I'm thinking. It definitely has a butterscotch agave smell. Obviously it's 100% agave, so it's going to have that agave scent. But that butterscotch smell really reminds me of those caramel, or not the caramel, but the butterscotch candies that my grandparents always had around their house growing up, which were awful and I never ate them, but it smells just like that. So it's kind of an interesting sense there. Online on Tequila Matchmaker, they did say it has a richness and a vanilla flavor. I did not pick up on that when I smelled it, but maybe you will when you try this one out. And Tequila Matchmaker gave it an 81 out of 100. I did look at those reviews, and we were seeing reviews from low 70s up to high 90s, which I think even a low 70 score on a tequila can be decently well. So I'm hoping for a 2 thumbs up scale on this one, even though it is my first tequila. So how do I really know what a 2 thumbs up is at this point? So it might be a little skewed here at the beginning, but I'll go ahead and give this a whirl and tell you what I think. So initial taste is actually decently well. It has a little pinch to the throat, but it's actually really not that bad. Definitely a tequila that I would choose to maybe put over ice and just kind of sip on over the night. I'm also going to take it like a shot since I am 24 years old, and I think that's kind of expected of our age, is to kind of go for it and give it a shot, give it a whirl. So I'm going to go ahead and pour my salt now. And I got my limes cut up here. Check us out on social media on Instagram. You'll see pictures of my cut up limes and my tequila showing there. So go give us a thumbs up there, or give us a like on Instagram. So here we go. Actually, not bad at all. Definitely better than any of the tequilas that I was drinking in college. It's a strong taste going in. I really enjoyed it, actually. It tasted really good going down. I'm going to actually give this one a 1 thumbs up, which I think I'm going to bring it back at a later date just so I can give it a better review. But I think for now, I'm just going to give it a 1 thumbs up just because I think that's the right place to put it.
So I'm going to be trying the BOTA box RedVolution. So Wine Enthusiast gives this an 84 out of 100. And then I've seen some other online review sites, and they give it a 4.5 stars. So pretty high expectations going into this one. I bought this from Costco for about $15 to $16. That's 3 liters for the entire BOTA box. So you're not going to find a better priced wine than that. That's just top notch. 13.5% alcohol content, so kind of about your average for a wine. Looking at it from the top view, it's a fairly dense wine. You get a lot of the dark purple, kind of like the almost darkish black look from the top. Looking from the side, once again, it's a very dark wine, almost kind of opaque. Can't really see through. So it is a very clean wine, but it's a very, very dark, dense wine. And if you tilt it, you do kind of get that watery edge on it. So it, not necessarily the greatest quality wine, but once again, this is a $15 wine for 3 liters. So we're not really, buying top shelf here at the moment. So getting, the aroma, the little spin, and then the sniff. You get a nice, bold a smell. You can't necessarily, so there's been reviews saying you can get kind of red fruits or a cherry flavor from it. I don't necessarily pick up on that, but it's also, this has been open for a few days already. But you do get a nice kind of aroma from it. Not as strong as most wines, but it is fairly good. Now when you get the sip, once again, it's a very bold flavor. It's slightly dry, but you do get kind of the fruity, kind of non-dry flavor as well. It's mildly acidic. So overall, it's a pretty good wine. I would probably give this 1 thumbs up. It's not, your best wine out there. It's not a top shelf, but it's definitely not a bad wine by any means. Online, I've been reading that it pairs well with beef, lamb, veal, chicken. I've personally paired this with chicken and steak, and it pairs very well. It's an overall a quality wine for a low budget, and I think that's why it deserves 1 thumb up. Good wine, great price.
And quarantine's a bitch, man.
Exactly.
Tonight we're going to talk about TikTok and how stupid it is, coronavirus, and where we're at on that. Then we'll have a nice little segment of this week in our lives, and we'll end it up with ghosts, because fucking why not? All right, first topic here is TikTok. So tonight Andy and I spent a few hours watching the top videos of TikTok on YouTube.
The YouTube compilation.
The YouTube compilations.
So, Thumbs, what are your thoughts on TikTok? You like, dislike? You have it? Do you have the app?
I do have the app. Honestly, I'm not a big hater of TikTok. To be honest with you, I think a lot of the things that you see on there are kind of disappointing.
Well, it's like a Vine 2.0.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Also seeing a lot of 13-year-olds wearing really skimpy clothes, which as a 24-year-old, why the fuck do I want to see that?
You're 24?
Yeah.
I'm 23.
Why is this a thing?
I just feel like I just didn't know you were that old.
Well, I'm not 24 yet. July 12th.
Oh,
it's like a week away, 2 weeks away. It's not that big of a deal.
I mean, that's a little weird, though. But
then I said I'm 24.
Yeah, and you're not 24.
I'm 23.
Yeah, but
still,
you're not 24.
It doesn't make it any better that 13-year-olds are dancing provocatively on TikTok.
If I was 14, I wouldn't call myself 15.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Were you not the kid that was always just 14 and a half? I'm 14 and a half.
Yeah, but I don't say I'm
3
15.
days. Happy half birthday.
I'm 23. Actually, I don't say I'm 24.
So when I was a kid, I actually grew up with a summer birthday, which I still have a summer birthday, obviously. But as an adult, who gives a shit about your birthday? So the biggest thing was I always celebrated my half birthday at school.
Dude, yeah.
And no one ever cared.
Well, you know what's kind of funny about that? My sister and I, our half birthdays are 1 day apart. So my birthday and her half birthday are 1 day apart.
That means your real birthdays are 1 day apart.
No, our real birth. So hers is in August, mine's in February. But all the time, I'm always she's like, it's my birthday today, and I'm like, well, it's my half birthday tomorrow, so that's more important. And then my whole family agrees with me.
Right, so she never gets to celebrate a birthday.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
basically.
Well, my sister and I she's the 13th, and I'm the 12th of July, so we're super fucking close, which just kind of fucks everything up.
Yeah.
But okay, so total sidetrack there. Back to TikTok.
I mean, I'm not on TikTok. I don't really know what's going on. I downloaded it to see what one guy was broadcasting. Wasn't that great? I think I still have it. I might have deleted it. I don't know. But I just look at the YouTube compilations, hence, the intro. You can make celebs out of it now, like that Charlie girl.
That's actually true. People are making a lot of money off of TikTok.
So who else is that Charlie girl? There's a bunch of But they're all young girls. Like, that's the weird part about it. You know what I mean? Like,
It is. There's a lot of high school girls that are like hitting it big.
But you know why they're doing it? Because they provocatively like.
Well, yeah, and then you got these
off.
older men that are like sitting on it watching it,
Which is just weird.
It is weird.
I think it's kind of weird.
It is
I mean,
weird.
hey, good for them. They're making money. It is what it is. And I love the dad interactions of like, what the hell are you doing and stuff. Like, the dads on there are
inappropriate
great.
dad jokes.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite. And then there's
Well,
also a family that's doing the Olympics, the quarantine Olympics.
Really?
Yeah.
I've not seen
They're
that.
on like day like 50 something now.
I've not seen that.
Which is
Check that
awesome.
out.
It's
well, I'm
super,
talking
super
the
cool.
dads who like walk in and like the people doing the TikToks and like have the weird reactions. Those
Yeah.
are the best.
Well,
But-
my neighbor, when I used to be living in a different area, she used to like make TikToks out on her like the back of the
Oh,
truck.
really?
So I would stand at the front door and I'm just like, she's like 12 years old, like in middle school.
That's what I'm
doing these
saying.
like super provocative dances.
That's
And
what I'm
just like,
saying.
where is her mother?
See,
Where
here's
is
the
her
thing.
mother? Or her father?
If they're like, 19, 20.
And where are the boys doing it? Why aren't the boys?
They do. They
on
have
TikTok?
that one guy who's dating that Charlie girl. I don't know his name. Like I said, I don't know these
But
names.
usually it's because they joined up with a girl. It's not.
No,
you don't
there's
see
a few guys that are like independently huge.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, David Dobrik obviously is the big
Why,
name
yeah.
that I always hear.
No, but he's an older guy, right?
Well, he's our age.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
no, there's like
23.
16-year-olds. There's that guy. I don't know his name, but he's like with that Charlie girl. They wear like a thing, and like the guys are independently big too, not just because of the girls. It's weird. But it's like, it's just like young girls are like, oh, schoolboy crush. And like some random guy that's never going to talk to them.
All it comes down to is Vine had a purpose.
Vine was great.
Vine was
I
great.
loved Vine.
It made everyone laugh. It never seemed
But-
super inappropriate.
Vine was cool because it's 6 seconds, Like, you can't do all this stuff on Vine. Vine's
well,
like
and
quick.
like I don't even know how long you get, like 60 seconds.
Yeah,
with,
you get like a minute.
with TikTok, so you get a lot of time to like, and there's a lot of funny stuff. I've
No, there
enjoyed
is, there is.
TikTok,
I'm not gonna lie.
but
Great
there
content.
is that uncomfortable feeling.
There's
there.
a lot of it, but it is what it is. I don't know.
Can you? I don't know if you agree with me, but I actually kind of blame the coronavirus for all of this.
On TikTok or
Fuck
because
yeah!
TikTok's
I think
big?
the reason that people have gone to TikTok so much during all this and why it's such a big thing now is because people are stuck at home and they
So,
have nothing better to do than make
When
videos
did
all day.
TikTok originate? Was that
God, I have no idea. It's been
January?
a while.
What
I
was it?
think
It wasn't huge though. I remember advertising.
it wasn't big.
At least
for the
this
longest time, I thought it was
2020.
music. People did a lot of like.
No, I thought it was a Vine 2.0, but like, yeah, you're right. It definitely is a 2020 deal.
It's a 2020 thing. It's a quarantine thing.
Yep.
And it's sad.
I
It
can't
is sad.
disagree. But
They should just go back to school.
well,
Well,
you
there's
can't.
a lot of schools
You
that are
can't.
like not their any of their grades up to the point where they left school.
Yeah.
That's their final grade. If they want to improve their grade, they could do the assignments. But if they did no assignments, they'd keep the grade that they had at the end of their third quarter.
Dude, shit, I fucked up. I should have been a kid right
Yeah,
now.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Not that I
So
ever
all
cared,
these kids are like, why do I need to try in school? Like, what did they
Well,
actually learn?
speaking of that, I guess like TikTok too. All the kids like on Zoom where they have like the backgrounds are like they're just fucking with the teachers. That shit is gold. And the teachers are like, Danielle, like what are you doing? It's just like a picture of her and like she pops up her head. Like
I think those are fake. I think they plan those.
I think sometimes they do. Oh, you can't tell me if you think no. There's definitely kids that do that just for the clout, like
Sure.
because of TikTok, like because they have a platform on TikTok, they fuck with the teachers and like get away with it. Like, well, maybe not get away
Well,
with
and
it.
then
but,
like Zoom
it's
bombing
big.
and people jumping in on random ass Zooms.
Well, actually, the cool thing. So we're from Kansas City, or I guess we live in Kansas City right now. The cool thing is Kansas City. There's a Casey Hackers. I can't remember their name. But it's essentially a group of like IT people and like hackers and kind of like cybersecurity people. And they figured out on Zoom, they built a bot that can go in and it runs through some 1,000 to 10,000 Zoom meetings an hour. And it finds ones without meetings and it joins it. So they built like because they just wanted to show like the flaws of Zoom and everything. So, and it's pretty funny.
I want to say that's super fascinating to me, but I don't find that interesting at all.
You probably don't. I'm a nerd like that.
You are
but-
straight nerd.
But it's just cool. Like these random people from the city we're in created, or they found this huge like issue with Zoom, and then exposed it. And now Zoom fixed it.
Well, and for the longest time, you could just join Zoom and not have to worry about putting in a password or anything.
Well, that's
like
because
that.
of these people.
Well, right, but now every time I go on there, I have to re-log into my account. I have to do all of this bullshit, and I kind of wish it was the old way.
I will say, even though that the new
I think
password-
Zoom bombing is funny.
Well, we have passwords for all of our meetings on Zoom, but I never have to put a password in. I never have. I never I don't know. But we set a password for each meeting.
Well, if you have a link to it, you don't have to put the password.
Really? Mm-hmm. So you just
So if like somebody, if you
out?
invite somebody or if you tell somebody to log in, you give them that password and that's how they log into the.
But if
to
they
the
were
meeting.
on the if they dial in, they need to put the password in, or you know what I mean? I feel like there's some flaws right here.
I have no idea.
Neither do I. I always hit the link, so that makes more sense. But yeah, Zoom, where are you at?
Zoom sucks.
Hey, Zoom, call us. So China and TikTok, you hear about like China, like using this as a front for like getting information from like American citizens.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's like the whole like I don't know if it's still a thing, but like way back when TikTok first started, it's because it's a Chinese like created application. And like Americans or like some big name people were like, oh my god, like you can't use TikTok because it's just the Chinese government trying to like mine your data.
I mean, what are they getting though? It's all 16-year-old girls dancing provocatively. I mean, like,
Maybe they're getting
what is China
moves,
getting out of that?
Culture,
More stuff to use against politicians in the next election? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably what they're using it for.
I think that was a good TikTok segment. Let's roll into coronavirus now. So
It sucks.
it fucking
It
sucks.
totally sucks.
I remember, was it in March, April, maybe February, maybe May? I think I said May. I don't know. During that time period,
At the very beginning.
No, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
All I wanted to do, like, yes, we're young. We're 23 years old. You're about to be 24, even though you said you're 24, dumbass. But we're young people. Young people, we go to the bars. We have fun. All I wanted to do was go to a bar and grill or, pub or whatever, get a goddamn buffalo chicken sandwich and a beer on a draft system, and that's all I wanted. And just like 3 weeks ago, I finally could come. That came to fruition, but before that, I mean, it's the worst.
God, your
the
life is
worst.
so rough. Full-time job.
I know.
The safety of it all, though. We have to be safe about what we're doing.
I don't disagree.
Like wearing masks.
I understand why we're doing it. I will say, as a a more libertarian kind of guy, like if you're in that like dangerous risk group, then like you should stay home
and stay away from people that are not
exactly.
in that dangerous
But
risk
if
group.
you're young like us, I mean,
I don't know if you've seen it, but I've had a lot of older people in my life that are just kind of like, fuck it. Like, come around me, I don't care. Like, I'm going to live my life.
My question would be like, what time during this? Like, it was at the very beginning. I feel like most of them were not.
I think everybody took it serious there for a couple of months. But,
Exactly.
I mean, you get to the point where Americans
you can't do this
don't
forever.
care
You can't do
anymore.
this forever.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
People are like, we're getting back to real life.
Well,
like, we need to get people back to work. We need to reopen the economy. Yes, I agree with all of that.
Well, we have hashtag that one friend who at their work, they're not going back until they have a vaccine. When the hell's if this is a flu, you don't get a vaccine. Like, yeah, you might have a
But I
shot
thought the
you can
idea
take.
was this isn't this isn't the flu.
I think this is supposed to be the flu. I think it's going to be something that recurs every year. Maybe not as strong as the first wave, but it's going to be something that's going to stick around for a while. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a health expert, but that's just what I've been hearing.
You're taking a really long time to eat your personal pan
Well, I want to
pizza.
talk too.
I've been like watching. It's been like 20 minutes. It has to be cool.
Well, I could
by
sit
now.
here in silence and eat.
And just let me ramble.
Exactly, or I could have a conversation with you. So that's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to sneak some bites in while talking to you. But yeah, so Missouri though opening up. I guess what's that? 3 days ago? 5 days ago. Wow, time's flying when we're quarantined.
It's been 5 days.
5 days ago.
I wouldn't know
Phase
because I've
2.
been stuck in quarantine for the last 10 days now. I'm on day 10. I think it's day 10.
I don't know.
Thursday.
Like, dude, time is not even a concept
Time is
anymore.
relative.
Time's not even a thing anymore.
Doesn't even matter.
But no,
I couldn't tell you what day of the week it is right now.
Saturday. Because I worked yesterday. Because unlike you, I work hard. I'm playing
Bullshit.
thumbs. No, we're opening up though. Like Missouri's fully open basically. Not every like store independently, but the city itself, I guess the state itself is fully open. So
I guess my hope is that people just stay safe.
I think
everything. There's a lot going on right now with people wanting to get back out there. There's all of the campaign stuff is getting fired back up. You have people going out to bars and things. Like, you have to be smart, wear your mask if you can.
Yep.
Just stay away from other people.
I would love.
Gotta be smart.
Exactly.
About it.
I would love to go out to like Power and Light District where we're just shoulder to shoulder with people, just dancing, drinking, getting drunk. But that's not where we live right now. Mm-mm. This winter, maybe, hopefully, I hope so.
We do have that one group of friends that did go to Power and Light this weekend.
Oh yeah, they're they're freaking in the health industry.
Yeah, they are. They're nurses.
They're nurses, exactly.
And they don't. They went down to a bar where they're person to person.
I think not only is that like just idiocracy, but that's just so dangerous to the people. Like people like that too. Granted, we can work from home, so it's easy. We can quarantine if we need to quarantine for like 2-3 entire month. We can do it, but they're in hospitals working with sick people, working with old people.
People that have pre-existing conditions.
You freaking have to quarantine at that point. Yeah. You can't be going out just that. Like, you have to.
Go out and get drunk on Saturday, come in contact with somebody and don't realize it, and have no way of tracing it.
The Ozarks? You see that?
God.
I mean, granted, I wish I would have gone, but...
I'm sure people had a lot of fun. But it was straight stupidity.
Sit in my bed.
It was straight stupidity.
I think it depends. It's all young people. But
there's old people there, too.
Well, that's on them then, but... I can sit in my house. If I get sick with Corona, I can sit at home. That's one thing.
I think the idea is, though, you want to stay safe. And there's no reason to make the spread go bigger than it needs to be.
But I think the problem...
I think it's going to spread.
But there's a give and take for that. Like, if I go out and get it, and I don't necessarily know, and I'm, able to spread it at the time, and I'm, like, out again, that's not what should happen, but... If I happen to get it and I can just quarantine in my room, that's a different story. And so it's kind of like that give and take of like, I'd like to be out and about, but I'd also like to, to keep other people safe.
Right.
I just don't like the whole argument of like, you're going to kill grandma if you go outside. Well, bitch, grandma can sit at home. You know what I mean? Like, why does grandma have to come outside?
Well, I guess it's for those families that, like, how often do you get around your grandma?
Well, she actually came over for Memorial Day. But besides that...
So does that not make you fearful of going out to the bars and doing things like that?
Well, I will say, like, in my cousin's defense, he actually went down to Ozarks.
Okay. Did he stay away from her then?
Yeah. So, but he's from New York originally. I guarantee you had coronavirus. He probably already had it. He probably was fine, but he went down to the Ozarks, and he's like, hey, just going to let you know, I'm not coming down for our dinner. Like, I just don't feel like it's appropriate. Mimi's going to be there. And he's self-quarantined. He stayed away. Very respectable thing to do, but I was kind of shocked my grandma was there. And now my grandma's apparently coming down to vacation with us.
Great. Down in Florida?
Yeah, in 3-4 weeks from now, so we'll see what happens there. But
well, and I've heard people of like that are going on those vacations, they tend to like quarantine for like 7 to 14 days before they go on vacation. So if there is family members that do have pre-existing conditions, they stay safe with them.
But I think the hard part, it's really hard because on one point, I want to say, because like the libertarian in me wants to say, hey, do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. But if you have a pre-existing condition, now's not the time to do that, Now's the time to kind of stay at home and play it safe and play it smart. But it's just it's a little dichotomy of, what can we do, what can't we do, what's the right thing to do, what's not the right thing, and there's no easy answer, but I don't know. What's going on this week? So, us personally, new house, new podcast, first episode, going pretty well, I'd say.
I would say we're doing decently well.
Hold on, new house. I love this house. I think this house is gorgeous.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect size for the three of us.
This is too big.
It's a little bit.
This is too big for us.
Yeah. But we got it at a good price.
It's freaking 1,000 square feet.
I'm trying to stay positive here.
No, I know. I'm just saying how incredible this is.
It is. It's very nice. It was great price. We did really well. We all have our own bedrooms.
There's a few things we need to fix for it, but...
Yeah. We're still waiting on some furniture.
Well, that's just what happens when you move.
Well, yeah, but...
I got all brand new furniture. All my stuff.
All our rooms are nice.
My mattress, I kept...
I can't wait for Shark to move in.
Yes, yeah.
When Shark moves in, that'll be great.
Yeah, Shark's still stuck in St. Louis. We're in Kansas City, but Shark's got work.
He's stuck in the Shark Tank right now in St. Louis.
No, I love this. It's a great, open concept living room, kitchen. Even though you want the thumbs over here, he wants to put the TV in the dining room and then put the dining room in the living room because when you're
First of
cooking,
all,
you can watch TV.
When you put it that way, you make it sound like this
exactly
looks like a dining
what the
room.
scenario
This
is.
could totally be the living room, and that could totally be the area where we put the table we're never going to sit at unless we're drinking at.
What are we doing right now? We're sitting at the table.
That's because we're doing a podcast.
I don't know, man. I honestly think that just feng shui, that's a phenomenal living room. This is a phenomenal dining room.
And I think vice versa, that would be great. Think if you could sit
But you don't
and eat at the table and sit by the fire. The electric fire that doesn't look like a real fire. But there's a fake fireplace.
You can
it
take
works.
it in and out.
You can.
Exactly.
You can.
No,
I don't know. Me eating my mac and cheese in the
I don't know. Just okay, but the lack of windows, the amount of windows here, right by the deck, like one does not walk the steaks from here through the living room to the dining room. One walks the steaks to the kitchen or directly to the living room.
You walk
Or
into the kitchen,
sorry.
people put them on their plates, and then you walk your plate to the couch in the living room.
I personally think the open concept idea of entertainment is the living room. Scratch that. The dining room is right next to the kitchen. You have your friends and family right here at the table.
Friends
you have
and
some
family.
apps. Exactly. Entertainment.
You're my family.
Exactly. But you have your friends and family here, entertaining them. We're talking because we're civilized people. We don't just watch Jerry Springer all day.
Bullshit.
Well, when we have other people over, right? But no, we talk, and then while people are cooking, they're entertaining. They're talking.
Right.
That's the idea of an open concept.
Or people are hanging out in the living room, and the person cooking is all by himself because he doesn't have anybody to hang out with.
But when you're hanging out, like with a group of friends,
And
you're
that's
not
how
watching TV
alcoholics
only.
are created. Because
All you do is sit in silence and drink. Exactly.
That's all you can do while you're cooking, because no one will talk to you because they're in the living room.
That's what you do in the living room.
Watching
You just
a
sit
big
there and
TV.
drink in silence because, that's what I guess normal people do in your world. Us normal people, we talk and eat.
No, just in church world.
Sure. But COVID in the house.
Oh,
So coronavirus hit a little bit. Speaking of this week,
very personal hit.
coronavirus hit pretty close.
Yeah, my first day back at work,
Your first day?
first day back.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I've been in quarantine for 2.5 months.
Oh, 3, 4, yeah.
Three, 4. I don't think I have it. I'm getting tested on Tuesday. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. The funny thing is we moved into our new house this past weekend. So my dad, my girlfriend,
My dad.
yeah, so many people. My list would be so fucking long.
Well, and then you had 2 friends come over.
2 friends came over for a
That's
beer.
about it.
Yeah, but then all the people I interacted with on Friday at school.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's just lots of people that would be contacted about.
But I don't think the spread is as prevalent as people say it is.
No,
it doesn't seem
my
to show
interactions
like that,
with everybody on that day was very small.
Well, but my thought is if coronavirus is that big of an issue, why are supermarkets still fine? How is a grocery store still doing fine? How's Costco fine? I shop at Costco.
I feel like a lot of people have turned to the online picking up their groceries, but you also see people in there all the time.
I would say Costco's still just as packed.
But if you don't touch your face while you're in there and you don't talk to anybody and you wash your hands when you leave and wipe everything down when you get home,
But does that not reassure my statement that coronavirus isn't as spreadable as it originally thought?
Well, I mean, the medical professionals say that it's pretty spreadable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get where your point is, but I also listen to doctors.
Well,
And I think that's part of the problem, too, is because it's become such a political issue. Where shouldn't be a political issue, it's a pandemic, it's affecting the entire world. But instead, it's now become this separation of 2 groups.
Exactly.
And the Democrats say one thing, the Republicans say another thing, and then you have people arguing back and forth about what's the right thing to do. Where I don't think anybody disagrees that they want things open, they want people back to work.
Exactly.
But we have to do it the right way. So people are going to get sick, people are going to die. It's a pandemic,
100%.
That shit happens.
100%.
It sucks. I wish it didn't happen. But my personal viewpoint on it is it's not going to be my family. At least it's not going to be my fault that my family gets it.
Exactly. Well, we're going to take a quick pause and we'll talk about toast.
For you.
Speaking of unscripted tangents, so do you guys put your
Oh my God.
cookie sheets in the oven?
Where do you
To
store your
them,
sheets?
or do you put them in the
This
cookie
is not
sheet
abnormal.
bin?
People do this.
But they have a cookie sheet bin underneath the oven.
Okay, after our last house and living with mice and rats,
hey,
I stopped putting stuff in the
two houses ago. Okay, so going back to our last topic, ghosts. So, are they real, Thumbs?
I mean, I believe in ghosts.
Do you? I do too.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've heard enough stories and experienced.
Have you had any
stuff.
like personal stories or?
Nothing that, like, I forgot I turned on a light here and there and like thought like.
Dude, I've done that so many times.
Since
we moved in here.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
That's why I go to bed before you, so you have to turn all the lights
Well,
off.
no, I put a stuffed animal like facing one way, and then it was facing the other, and it's like that one. I don't know.
Yeah,
but then there's
to be
one.
Honest with you, I think if you're nice to them, they're nice to you.
Depends. I mean, poltergeist.
Well, unless you go to a place that you know it's going to be bad.
Well, there's just poltergeists in general who are like aren't really like spirits, but there's like fuckers. Yeah, there's like guys that just want to fuck with
douchebags.
Well, have you seen those videos like that poltergeist in the kitchen where he just throws all the goddamn dishes everywhere?
Fucking asshole.
Exactly. They're just douches.
No, my favorite is like Paranormal Activity when like
the fake shit.
The fake shit.
Whoa! There's a plate. Well,
or like all the cabinet doors are open when they come down in the morning.
My old roommate left me, and so I had to watch something on TV, and it was this really, really fucking horrible show. And they used like rolls of tape to show that like the ghosts had like presences, and so they put a roll. Hey, ghost! I'm putting a roll of tape on this table. Whoa! That tape went flying. It's like it's so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But no, I truly believe in ghosts, but.
I do too. I think my personal belief is I think ghosts are more nice than mean.
Ooh, I've seen some ghosts.
You've seen ghosts?
I have.
Really?
Yeah, I guess you never heard of any of my ghost stories, have you?
No,
so we have our
one
roommate he has ghost stories, you know.
That one guy, that one friend.
Yeah, the one friend. Yeah,
that one friend.
That one friend who has exactly that one friend has ghost stories. So he has one or a few where they're in the basement. He lived by a cemetery. He has some where. There's like an orb floating over his bed.
We'll have to have him on.
Like, yes, we should actually. This should be a good
That'll be like a 3-hour long episode.
Initializer.
Man doesn't know how to shut up.
I love this kid to death. That one friend, I love that one friend.
That one friend is fantastic.
He does go on tangents.
What's his name?
T-Fries.
T-Fries. T-Fries. I like T-Fries.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
T-Fries.
We'll let him decide it. But
that's fair.
So my first ghost experience that I've had in my life was I was in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, somewhere around there. That's just a car passing. I was in like 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, and I was in the way my room was laid out, I had my bed. So like I was on the 2nd floor. There's stairways, and then right by the stairs was my bed, my sister's bedroom, and then my brother's bedroom.
I don't think I've ever heard this.
Yeah, I don't think you've heard any of my stories. I've got a lot, actually.
Fascinating.
And so I was in, like, our bonus room. So if you walk down that hallway, over our kitchen and living room was, like, a bonus room, which is essentially just, like, a kid's playroom.
Right.
And so I was sleeping in there. And I was walking out to go pee, open the door, and there's, like, this white, like, figure. It's, like, an old man. I can, like, make out, like, the shape, but, like, that's about it. And I look at it. And then, like, it's, like, hunched over a little bit. And then it, like, turns and looks at me. And I see, like, 2 black eyes, and that's it. And I was like, holy fuck.
Where was this at? Your parents' house?
This is my old house in St. Louis.
Okay.
And I was like, holy shit. So I ran back to my little couch I was sleeping on, hid under the covers, didn't pee the entire night, held the piss in. Horrible experience. But I was just too fucking scared. And
that's fascinating.
That was, like, one of them. Another time was, I didn't necessarily believe in ghosts at this time. I saw that, and I didn't know what to make of it. But I was just like, oh, this is, like, a funny thing to, like, scare my friend with. And so it's him and I in that same room. Because that's, like, where, like, you know, we have a big-ass couch, and, like, it's a pull-out bed, and you have, like, another, like, little chair.
A great place for friends to hang out.
Yeah, it's, like, literally you can sleep, like, 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
And so and there's a big-ass TV for the kids. And so we're sleeping in there, and I'm like, yeah, dude, like, just a heads up, like, we have ghosts here, and, like, they like to fuck with you, so, like, just get ready. And he's like, dude, you're just fucking with me, like, that's really funny. All the lights are out. This is, like, late, probably, like, around midnight, 1 a.m. And he's like, you're just fucking with me. I'm like, no, dude, I'm serious. Like, there's a ghost. Like, watch out. Like, he'll get you. And I shit you not, a minute later, a truck, like, one of those little, like, toy truck, like, Tonka trucks, falls off a desk behind us. just hits the ground, and my friend goes, "You motherfucker!" And, dude, it was the scariest thing. But I've got so many, like, it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I'm not one for horror, so I don't watch horror movies.
Oh, dude, you know what the fucked up part
I don't do
was?
any of that. I used to watch those hunting, like the ghost hunter shows.
A haunting.
Yeah, and I just stopped because it was
think
too much for me.
The hard part is, like, that's when it all started. And you can say maybe it's psychological, maybe it's not, but there's just stuff I can't explain. But
it's like things you don't notice until you focused on it.
There's like theories on that. I mean, there's like weird theories on like kinesis and whatnot, where like if you can like train your body to like interact with like environments around you, like you can move objects. So like I can move this glass by like thinking about it. And is that possible? I don't know. There's like monks that have like written like experiences and stuff, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. But if you think about like ghosts, like if the more you understand their stuff, like the Long Island medium, the more you understand and like try to like experience ghosts and like get on their frequency, if you want to call it, like the more you can understand like that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna stay on my own frequency and not deal with it.
Well, but I've got that. Like there was one time the scariest. I've had two really scary ghost experiences. Both of them were in my room at night. I used to sleep with like 30 stuffed animals because I was so fucking
shit. I would too.
And a rosary over my head.
They were probably like attacking you at night.
Well, I always had this like thought that there was a ghost in my closet, so I closed my closet.
Like every child.
Yeah, but I close every goddamn door to this day. If there's an open door, I cannot fall asleep. Cannot. Terrified to this day.
You lock your door too.
Motherfucking right. I am terrified. Bathrooms especially, because there was one time where I was watching, I don't remember what I was watching, but I was
probably something that scared you.
Probably, but I was laying in bed and I look up, this is before I used to close everything. So, and I keep in my closet room, I keep the light on in the closet because like.
Do you really?
Yeah, but back then, not anymore.
Okay.
But like ghosts can't, in my mind, ghosts can't
if there's lights,
they can't form in the light. So I just keep the light on. It's all good. They can't live in my closet. But and I've got friends that back me up on a few stories. I'll tell you in a second. But I was laying down. I look up in my bathroom, and there's like this figure standing there with a top hat, just looking at me. And I'm like,
did you say hi?
No, I'm just looking at him like, what the fuck? Like freaking out. Close my eyes. 5 minutes later, look up. He's gone. I'm just like, dude, couldn't sleep all night. Fuck that.
He's probably standing on the other side of you.
I don't care where he was. I didn't see him. I don't care. And then I had one where, this is after a lot of experiences, and it's just like kind of confirmed everything. But I was in the same bed, and not that I saw him standing, but some figure dropped down and rolled under my bed. Yeah, fuck that. I didn't sleep. I didn't move. I didn't do anything.
You didn't get up and leave your room?
Nope. But those are my three scariest.
I would have screamed for my parents.
I was too scared to
Even
cry.
if I was like a senior in high school,
I was too scared.
Screaming.
I couldn't make a sound. Too scared.
Terrifying.
But those are my three scariest. The first one just because it was my first ghost I ever saw. The other two because like, what the fuck is that?
Right.
But I've had a lot of other interactions. So
I did have an interaction once actually.
What is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't me. It was my mom.
Yeah.
But she was telling me about, it was like right after a relative had passed away or something, and she was in bed, and my dad got up before her to leave for work every morning, and so she like woke up, and like she felt him get out of bed, got ready, and like she had woken up, and she saw a figure in the bathroom, and they would always get ready in the dark like my dad would. He'd never turn on a light because save electricity. He'd be so pissed at what we do here.
Yeah, right now.
But so she like looked over and she's like, "Honey, you haven't left yet." And she got no response, and she was just like, "Whatever, he probably didn't hear me." So she turns over and like goes to fall asleep, and when she turns over, she looks at her clock, and her clock says 9:30 a.m., which that means my dad left like 3 hours prior.
Yeah.
Turns back over and the figure's gone.
Damn.
And so she was like, I never felt like I was threatened. Like it felt like it was a good ghost. So she was like, it never really affected me.
Well, I think it depends.
She's like, I went back to sleep. It didn't even bother me.
Yeah.
It's like I think a lot of the times, some of the ghosts that like my family's encountered has been like relatives or people like watching over us.
Well, exactly.
And I feel like in a lot of sense that's what I see.
Exactly.
But I don't really see. I don't think I look for it. I don't
I
want
think
to look for it.
you have to though. If you don't want to look for it, like nowadays, like I've kind of since college pushed that part away from me. So like I can like. If I'm in a house, I can get the sensation of like there's probably a ghost here.
Yeah.
But besides that, like in the barn, like where we used to live, there's ghosts.
Dude, that house fucking scared the shit
both
out
felt
of me.
it. Tucker and I were terrified of the basement because there was ghosts there.
Really?
Yes. But here, there's nothing. There's nothing here. We're fine. But no, like you can get that sensation, but like, yeah. I mean,
there was times at that old house when I was home by myself.
Yeah.
And I would hear people like walking around upstairs. Mm-hmm. It might have been the mice, to be honest, like moving around.
Been, but
like there was times like I would just lock myself in my room or leave. I would just leave, straight up leave until I knew other people were home. That basement,
I'm telling you, man.
Dude, and I was on the first floor by myself.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
I used to leave the basement lights on. I guess that kind of helps. It fits.
Yeah.
It does help. And then like, I don't know who it was. It was that friend. That one friend
T-Money.
Always took the freaking light bulbs out of our basement.
Yeah, he's nuts. But no, another time. So it was a buddy and I, and he like was really into like the ghost stuff with me, and like he experienced a lot of it with me because he was also at my house for a long time. And I told him about like the first story I saw in that hallway from my bonus room, and so we stayed up till like 3 a.m. a bunch and like looked around and stuff and. Got some stuff. I don't know if this. I mean, maybe we were just like young kids like hypothetically imposed and stuff, but we felt like there was like a little portal in our basement, and so there was a handprint on the wall in the concrete. It wasn't there originally. I felt like, but it was there afterward, and so that's kind of weird. But there's times like we'd play like airsoft guns and whatnot, or like balls. So we'd set like targets up. We'd play with balls, and it's like a corridor straight. And then there's like a furnace right here and like a little gap in the middle, and then it's entire stairway and a like 3-foot area from that stairway over to like a right quarter, kind of where we're at. So the best way to describe
kind of like an L shape.
It's like basically L shape, but there's a stairway between like on the L. Okay. So like that L, like the small part of the L, is a stairway in the middle. So, and there's shit over there. Like, there's no way in hell. So, we were playing with airsoft guns, and we're shooting them at a target down the long part of the L. So, we're at the break of I guess, like, the interjunction of the L. You can't really see it on the video, but you can see it, like, where, I'm going to try to visualize it. We're at the interjunction of the L, where the long meets the small. We're shooting down towards the end of the long L.
Right.
And we're having fun for, like, 30 minutes, and all of a sudden, 3 BBs just start bouncing from the short end of the L. Towards us. There's no way they could ever go from where we're shooting to where they started bouncing towards us. And we're just like, what the motherfucking fuck? Like, that's not how this works. So we start pissing our pants. Got a lot of stories like that. I told you the one story about, there was a girl, and I told 2 girls about the ghost stories I had. And one girl's like, oh, it'd be cool for you, like, me to have a ghost. I was like, oh, you got a ghost? His name's Richard. I just making fun of it, like, making, like, some shit up.
Yeah.
Shit you not. That night, her stuffed animal was floating around the room, she said. I can't verify.
She's probably on mushrooms.
This is, like, 8th grade, 7th grade.
Crazy girls, man.
Yeah, okay. But, no, I mean, I can't verify that story, but she said that. But I have one. That
maybe it was like that gravity thing where the brooms would stand up on their own.
That's
like maybe
that's
it was just
physics.
Maybe
that's
that one night
floating object.
Floating objects, man.
No, but I've got a story that I did not see personally because it happened to me, but everyone else around me saw.
Okay.
So we were playing baseball one day, and we weren't on the actual baseball diamond. We were on like a blacktop because it rained, and like God forbid, you're on the diamond when it's raining. So they hit a pop-up, and I'm not at all paying attention. I'm on La La Land. And from what I was told, the ball came and hit me on the head and bounced up and bounced off. So the ball, not that it missed my head and went straight down, the ball bounced off my head and around. I didn't feel a thing. Didn't feel a thing. Didn't notice a thing. I had no hat on, nothing. Bounced off my head, says everybody. And this is around the whole time when we named him Goal, Goal the Ghost. But he was a protector. I think it was my great-grandpa, personally. And because it was, just a weird time in my life and stuff. And I thought it was like my great-grandpa just like protecting me like a guardian angel. And they swear to God the ball hit off my head. And they all were like, dude, we're going to call an ambulance and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, nothing hit me in the head. They're like, dude, it bounced off your head.
That's weird.
I think he put his hand or something there and, like, deflected it.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Stuff like that, so.
Creepy.
I mean, I've got, like, a million other stories like that, but I don't want to bore you with them.
You're not boring me. I don't like ghosts. I don't really talk about them much.
Like I said, I don't think there's...
But I'm glad we got this out on the first episode, so we don't have to bring it up ever again.
When Team Money comes on, but... No, the other, like, weird thing... Like, this was back when I was deep into, like, this whole, this stuff. I was at the Lake of the Ozarks one time. And we're driving back from our dinner place. We're boating back from our dinner place. And I'm looking at this bridge, and I get this vision that 4 young teens jumped off it and died. I don't know why I got this vision. I don't know how I got this vision.
Dude, you see you see dead people.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You straight up see dead
people.
But
I had that vision. I swear to God.
Okay.
And not fucking 20 seconds later, the guy driving us, he's our old neighbor, he goes, yeah, so about a year ago, there was 4 like kids, I think they're in college, and they thought it'd be a good idea to jump off this bridge right here, and they all died on impact. And I was like, motherfucker, I just saw that. Like, what the hell?
That's terrifying.
And so, but that was my only vision I've ever had. Like, I've had a few, like, somewhat visions, but, like, that was a vivid, confirmed vision. But like I said, I came to college, got into the drinking, got into the partying, like, kind of forgot about, like,
sick.
that whole stuff. No, like...
No, I get it.
I don't focus on that. And, like, I don't, like, see ghosts now. I don't, like, interact. Like, I could, like, tell... Like, that house is haunted. That house is haunted. That house is haunted.
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore. I can be in a room and tell if there's a presence. That's about it. I can't, like, pick it out the same. I can't, like, have those, like, foreshadowings anymore. But I want to get back into it.
No.
Well, I don't want to bring the ghost to the house.
Not bringing any ghosts here.
I want to, like, it's just, like, a cool... I definitely think there's an afterlife. Or, like... a liaison between death and, like, the next life where, like, there's ghosts walking around on here.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But, so I don't think, like, I think it's a service almost to them, like, to be able to interact with them, see them, and, like, maybe help them, like, move on or whatever, but, or maybe that's not how it works. Maybe they just come down here to, like, talk to us for a little bit. Like, if it's, like, a guardian angel, like, maybe they come down to, like, protect you for, like, when you need it, like, in a time of bad, but...
Yeah.
I don't know how ghosts work, but
true that.
I wholeheartedly believe. So, but yeah. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for daily content, polls, reviews, and more. We have a link to our website in the bios. Send us your recommendations via DM or email us at tequilaorwine@gmail.com. Check for polls or send us recommendations for future content. Tune in next week and remember, stay tipsy.